I'm Ashley. Let's talk. This is video 1 of Let's Talk. This vlog it's about having faith in God and how being a Christian doesn't make your life easier. You know, you're still going to have bad things happen in your life, but that when a bad thing does happen in your life, that God's there. He's always there. And so I'm going to do a 10-part series. This is going to be my introduction video. And then video 1 through 3 is going to be talking about my past and the person that I was and the things that happened in my past. Videos 4 through 6 will be about my present, what's going on now, what I'm doing now, what's different, my advice to you. And videos 7 through 10 are going to be what I'm looking forward to and what I think God wants me to do and where God wants me to go. First things first, like I said, my name is Ashley and I'm 18 and I live in Florida. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know where in Florida. I was homeschooled and I graduated class of 2011. Yay me. And anyone else who has graduated. And I really felt driven to do this blog because I've been through things in my life. I mean, I haven't, almost died or tried to commit suicide, but I've been through things, and a lot of teens have been through things, and either they don't want to talk about them, they don't want other people to know about them, or they don't know that God is there for them, that they can go and talk to God and just say, I'm laying it down, I want to tell you and talk to God and just say, God, help me. And so I think it's important for not just teens, but everyone. But, I can't give advice for a 25-year-old because I haven't been 25. But I know people my age, they struggle with a lot of things. Myself included, I struggle with things. And I know in my youth group, I see kids, and I say kids because they're kids, they're people that are like 9, 10, 11, 12. My youth group's 12 and up, but I see, their siblings and stuff, and I know so many people my age and younger that they don't even live with their parents because of something that's happened. They live with their grandparents or their aunt or their uncle, or they're even in foster care. And, hats off to anyone out there who is a foster parent. Congrats, I applaud you, and I think that's something amazing. But I just want to say that, the people, it just breaks my heart that I talk to these people. I really have been blessed. So much. God has blessed me with so much. He's blessed me with a great family. My mom, my dad, my brother, my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, everyone. We're really tight-knit family, and I thank God for that. And I have some really great friends, and I thank God for them every day. But that's now. That's in 2013. That wasn't happening a few years ago, and that's what I want to tell you. That's what I want to go through the video. That's what I want to tell you in these videos, is that my life is good now, and my life, like I said, my life has never been completely horrible. I've always had a roof over my head, and I've always had food on my table, but there's been times where I didn't get everything that I wanted, and I still don't get everything I wanted. And I don't believe that you have to get everything that you want in order for your life to be perfect. And nobody's life is going to be perfect. But, there's different levels. And like I said, I see these people and it just breaks my heart. Because, I don't know what I would do without my parents or my siblings. And they constantly fight with their siblings, and they're just like, it's just bad, and they have these horrible relationships with their parents, and or their parents are, out there doing drugs or drinking, and they don't even know that, they barely know that their kids are, alive. I see people in relationships that they shouldn't be in. And I'm not trying to condemn anyone. I don't want to condemn anyone. But I'm saying I see so many people in so many relationships, not just boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, father-son, mother-daughter kind of relationships, that they just need to step back and look at themselves. And they just need to say, God, help me. Please tell me what's wrong. And, we all complain. I complain, you complain, I'm sure. Everyone complains about things on a day-to-day basis. And I seen this is the story that I want to tell you today. This isn't a very long story. This is my introductory video where I just want to say, blah, blah, blah. We live in a small town. I'm not sure the population. But we have a small town. There's about 3 miles between the city limit signs. A small town, a pretty tight-knit community. And our youth group decided to go and do an outreach program. And this is when our now a young adult pastor was our youth pastor. And we were the Ignite Youth Group. And we decided to go and do an outreach at the Winn-Dixie. And so we set up, some tables, and it was before Easter last year, so it was about this time last year. And we handed out brochures that invited people to our Christmas program that we were having at our church, and we gave away free snow cones, and we helped people load their groceries and all that great stuff. That was really great, reaching out to the community and just, just telling people about God and telling people about our youth group. It was great. But before we went to Winn-Dixie, there was a lot of preparation involved. And so we met at our youth building, and we went up there, and our pastor, Pastor Shane, he was really busy, running around trying to get everything together. And he locks his keys into his truck. And so we're like, oh gosh, and I felt really bad for him, because I'm like, man, that's a bad day. So we had these window guards, like the rain guards on his truck. He had to rip the rain guard off his truck so that he could get to the window so he could try to open it. And like an hour and a half later, he finally maneuvered some poles or coat hangers or something in there and got his keys out of his truck. So he's messed up the side of his truck, and he's like, well, it's no big deal. And I'm like, wow, Pastor Shane, I was amazed. And then later, the Winn-Dixie is about 5 minutes away from our youth building. And so we went to Winn-Dixie from our youth building, and we unloaded the snow cone machine and all that stuff, and Pastor Shane went to answer his cell phone, and he drops it onto the concrete. And he picks it up, and it was, I'm not sure if it was an iPhone, but it was a completely glass phone, like an iPhone. And it may be an iPhone. And the whole screen was shattered. And, I see all these people with shattered iPhones, and they just keep them because they're really expensive to replace. And one of the other kids in my youth group said, did that just happen? And Pastor Shane goes, yep, nothing I can do now. And it was just amazing to me, because, if I had that kind of day, if I locked my keys in my car, and then I dropped my $200 cell, it was a new cell phone, he had just got it, and dropped my cell phone onto the sidewalk and busted it, I'd have been like, I would just been furious. I'd have been so upset, and not at any one person. I would just be ticked off, because I'd be like, I locked my keys in my truck, and then I dropped my cell phone, and then blah, 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 and all this stuff, and I only have like 15 students, and I would have been upset, and just, I would have been ticked. But Pastor Shane just goes, and he picks his phone up, and he puts it in his pocket, and he just says, it's okay. They're just things, and they can be replaced, and, let's serve our community. Let's hand out these snow cones. Let's tell people about Jesus. Let's tell people about God. Let's do it right now. And I admired that. And I said, that day I said, I was like, wow, I want to have the outlook that that man has, because, what kind of guy, or, anyone, I would think if anyone, Christian or non-Christian, if you locked your keys in your car and then you dropped your $200 cell phone and shattered it and had to rip the rain guard off your truck, I would think, anyone would be ticked, and they would just be, just mad and just want to go home and say, I need to go to bed. But one of those days where you get out of bed and you're just like, I need to go to bed. And that's what I would think. But no, he said, this is just stuff. Let's tell people about Jesus. And so that's my message right now. That's my story for today. So I'm going to say, no matter how bad you think you have it, someone out there has it worse. So think about things before you say them, and before you do them. And I do hope that you will tune in to my next video. It's going to be Let's Talk Part 1. Or, I'm sorry, Let's Talk Part 2. This is Part 1. And it will say something like where I was, or something like that will be the little sideline. If you have any questions about anything, pretty much anything, I'll give my advice on anything. I'm not sure, there's some things that I'm not necessarily an advice giver on. I mean, I'm not here to try to say that I'm a preacher or anything like that, because I'm not. I'm far from it. I'm just someone who has found an amazing relationship with God, and I want you, each and every one of you out there, to know about my relationship and to have a relationship of your own. And that's my wish for you. So rate, comment, subscribe, feel free to ask any questions, and I'll see you next time.